Okay, welcome to Real Estate Investor Talk, where we dive deep with the leaders shaping the property landscape. I'm your host, Neil Peterson, and today we're thrilled to welcome Adriaan. He's the CEO of Entegral, who have just launched a new game-changing tool for estate agents called Vault. So, Adriaan, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Do you want to give the audience a little bit of background on yourself, and in particular in tech and property?
Great. Thanks, Neil. Thanks for the opportunity to speak to you and to the estate agents. So, Entegral is a company we started about almost 20 years ago. So we've been long in the game. We focus on residential and commercial real estate platforms, where we provide online tools for residential and commercial agents, including CRM system, listing syndication systems, websites, basically an end-to-end solution. We also have an independent portal, My Property, and we operate in South Africa and Namibia. We actually have a very large client base in Namibia as well.
Okay.
So our latest product, Vault, is...
Yes, I wanted to know more about that. So maybe just tell us, how does that align with your mission with Entegral in particular? How does that fit in?
I think what we realized through the years is that estate agents value a platform where they can sort of have an oversight of everything, where you have a sort of an end-to-end platform where you can manage your advertising, your contact management, your listing management, your deal management, and everything related to that. Last year we launched a deal management system. We currently track around 1 billion rand of residential deals a month through the system. And from that, obviously, we saw the opportunity with FICA and with South Africa on the grey list. And we spoke to clients and we identified there's a real need to simplify the whole FICA process. It's a very cumbersome process. Currently, clients have to use third-party systems. You're dealing with third-party systems and you're dealing with your own system. And how do you bring all of this together? And then there's the cost factor as well. So each of these little systems you have, there's additional cost. And we said, well, for one thing, I think we have an opportunity here to assist agents and assist South Africa to get off of that grey list, to simplify the whole FICA process for agents. It's a very admin intensive process for agents, and that's the one thing we've realized and thought, well.
So Adriaan, can you maybe just share how does it actually simplify the FICA compliance compared to the traditional methods?
Yes. So what we essentially provide clients with is a little app, and through this app they can send their clients, their buyers or sellers or tenants, whoever it is, an onboarding link through WhatsApp, or they can present them with a QR code where if they are meeting in person, you simply just scan that QR code and you start the onboarding process where if you are a seller and an individual seller, you will get a specific FICA questionnaire for individuals that you need to complete. And the agent can decide, which type of questionnaires need to go out. Obviously, if it's in a trust or in a company, there's different FICA questionnaires that goes out, and each director has to be FICA'd. So we're bringing all of this together, and in the app you can establish those relationships between, if there's trust and companies involved, to see what the relationships are. So we've simplified the onboarding process, made it simple, so you can basically on your phone complete everything, complete it later. Once it's completed, you can obviously upload all your supporting documents that's required, and in the back end, the agent is notified as soon as that's completed, and from there they can review everything. And that's where some of the other magic happens, because now they can use that info and do compliance checks. So they can do ID checks, all sorts of other checks, address validation, and it's all real-time ID verification and screening processes that's followed. So we provide full audit trails and logs, everything to do with that, to stay FICA compliant. One of the key differences, obviously, is the cost. We provide it at a very low cost, and it's basically a pay-as-you-go system. So you can have 10 deals this month and 100 deals the following month, and the pricing will scale with your business. It's not a fixed cost on your business.
Okay, so maybe this whole pay-as-you-use tool. How do you see this pricing model benefiting estate agents, especially smaller agencies?
Yes, so a lot of the existing systems in the market, there's obviously fixed subscription fees that you have to pay. There's a new learning curve as well. So with the search pricing, the agents can basically preload a credit card. Each agent can use their own credit card in the system, and they can preload some credits, and then they use that. Or some clients at the moment will sort of load credits for the whole office, and they use it as a single wallet, and then they invoice the agents back. Based on their searches. There's some reports available as well. So if you obviously do searches on your sellers or the buyers, there's a varying number of searches available. If you for instance do a ID search, that's just over R3. The screening, which includes the PEP, watch list screening, sanctions, adverse media, very comprehensive report. That's for instance comes in at R7. So that's a once-off cost you pay. Based on the type of contact, you will have more or less searches. So it scales with your business. It's predictable cost. If there's 10 tenants that you have to screen, that will be the cost. A lot of the other systems do fixed monthly pricing, where you say pay 500 or 2,000 Rand a month, whatever, and then you get this X number of searches. But we all know that real estate is, it's you're not going to do a fixed number of deals a month. It varies. It varies all the time. So so our pricing structure is seems to client seems to be quite happy with that.
Great. So maybe just tell a little bit, how's the market responded to it so far? I mean, have you seen early adoption or feedback from estate agents using the platform? Maybe that will be a tester.
Yeah, so we've actually launched this. We've developed it last year, launched in January. So it's still early days, but we do have sort of a mix of clients that's onboarded from your small sort of sub 5 agencies to your 100+ estate agencies, and there's a big difference, between how these agencies use the system. Obviously, the volumes as well. But the nice thing, obviously, is with the pay-as-you-go pricing that it works for everyone. So we got a lot of feedback January and February from the agents, and we've been hard at work doing some tweaks. Lots of great suggestions, and that's one of the benefits, I would say, from Integral side, is that we can adapt quite quickly to what clients require. So lots of updates that went in, and so far everyone is very, very happy.
Great.
I think we're now in a position where we want to push it out more to the market and get more clients on board, because we know it works. There's some offices that use it on a daily basis, so it works. It's available. It solves your compliance problems.
Fantastic.
One of the other benefits from the system actually is that you can also do other types of onboarding, like your tenant applications and stuff like that. There's integrated card payment gateways, electronic signatures. So you have the option to basically centralize all your onboarding and compliance into the system, and just centrally manage everything from here.
Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the future of compliance and real estate tech. I mean, how do you see technology per se shaping the future of compliance in real estate? And also, I mean, are there any other additional innovations that Entegral is working on, or maybe expansions even on Vault itself?
I think one of the things we realized in the early days is that this whole FICA compliance thing, a lot of agents, most agents, I think, see it as admin overhead. But we've turned it into, I think you can turn it into opportunity to qualify your buyers and your sellers early on, to know exactly where they stand. Obviously, you need to know who you are dealing with, but here's an opportunity. Of course, it's required by law. Start early, see who your client is. Are they serious about buying and selling? And this whole FICA compliance, the opportunity here is to do the onboarding early, so that you are not left at the stage where the OTP is done to do everything. So start early, do the onboarding, get to understand your client a lot better through all the supporting documents you've received, and turn it into an opportunity. There are a few opportunities we see to streamline things a bit better. One of them is, because you can onboard your obviously your buyers on here, is to do early automated pre-qualification. So that's one of the things we are looking at. So if you have a buyer that wants to do a viewing, you can send them an onboarding link. Do some of the early compliance checks, like an ID. Do an ID check. Is this guy who he says he is? And maybe send him a sort of a pre-qualification link to help him understand where his finances are. So that's an area we are looking at. A lot of agents are dealing with buyers, and they don't know, have a complete overview of the financial picture of this person. So I think there's opportunity here to better understand your buyer and your seller early on in the process and help save a lot of time. Then there's, we've heard a lot about AI. There's some AI integrated into this tool as well, so you can upload your FICA questionnaires, PDFs, and it converts it automatically into an online form for you. One of the other things we are busy with is automated checks, where the AI can be taught to look out for specific risk cases. So that's something we are currently researching, and we see a lot of opportunity there, where the AI can almost act like a co-pilot for the agent in assisting with the FICA. So the agent doesn't have to go and do every little single thing. I think a lot of that admin can be offloaded to an AI agent, and that's I think where I see the main opportunity is with a sort of the co-pilot, help the agent streamline things, and ways to understand your client a lot better once you've onboarded them.
Great. So beyond estate agents, do you see Vault being adopted by other sectors in the property industry? Maybe investors, conveyancers, mortgage brokers?
Yeah, good question. We actually working with a number of conveyancers that's testing the system. The opportunity we see there is that we can actually sort of centralize all their onboarding as well, because they do exactly the same. They need to do exactly the same FICA as what the agents are required to do. So it's essentially the same process. So we are testing this with a couple of attorneys at very good feedback. What we've realized is there's a lot of manual paperwork, a lot of manual processes with transfer attorneys, and there's definitely an opportunity to help streamline things where a lot of this the transfer process happens through email, collecting of documents, etc. Not the most secure way to collect very sensitive info, and with our system that's obviously very, very secure, the attorneys can onboard their clients a lot quicker and safer. They can create a sort of a transaction in the system and then link the buyer and the seller and everyone in the transaction together, and have a holistic overview of what's happening on the transaction. So we'd love to sit with more attorneys and see how can we simplify the whole transfer process a lot more. There's a lot of sort of all the systems in the market that the attorneys are using, and what we are saying is take a fresh look at everything. Is there a better way to do this and to streamline the whole transfer process? One of the other areas we are looking at is to say, well, let's bring the estate agent and the transfer attorney and the buyer and the seller all together into this platform, and ease all the communication around that, so that all the communication is centralized as well. At the moment, there's WhatsApp or email or whatever, but is there a central point where all the communication in this transaction can be viewed? Transparency, and for the benefit of transparency, I think that's one of our core values in Entegral, is to create transparent real estate systems, and to do that, you need to bring together all these fragmented systems together and create one view. So that's what we've been busy with over the last 10, 20 years, is to see how can we bring everything together into an end-to-end transaction. So this is one piece of the puzzle we've built, and we hope it takes off.
Wonderful. Adriaan Crevier, CEO of Entegral and developer of the new tool Vault. Thank you once again for your time and valuable perspectives. We look forward to seeing how Vault continues to evolve and makes an impact in the South African real estate market. And I'm Neil Peterson of REI. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Adriaan. We'll edit the beginning and end. We'll put it together. We'll drop your thing in. If there's anything else, we can have some chats later on what we can do to get your brand, because we reach quite a lot of big estate. We've got quite a big database there. We can talk about that going forward. But good to meet you and good chatting. Awesome.
Thanks for the opportunity, Neil.
Absolute pleasure.
Chat to you again.
Absolutely. Cheers, Adriaan. All the best. Cheers.